Today's the HELULA, Rav Pinchas Mikoritz. Today's the 10th of Elul. That means we're about 20 days till Rosh Hashanah, when our fate for the next year, maybe for the rest of our lives, will be decided. Amen. Rav Pinchas Mikoritz, the Baal Shem Tov said about him that his neshama was a neshama. The Baal Shem Tov said this about him. Now, I'm not talking about a Maisa of the Baal Shem Tov, a story of the Baal Shem Tov. I'm talking about Baal Shem Tov said this about him, that he was a neshama that came down once every 500 years. It's a very big neshama. He was so big that the Baal Shem Tov didn't even consider him his student. He considered him a student and a friend. He only met the Baal Shem Tov 4 times in his life. All it took was 4 times to meet him, and he became a chassid, something out of this world. They say about him, because Mikor Zecher, I just want to say, I jumped the gun over here, that our shiur is sponsored by Nishmat Ben Esther, and also Atzlachat Rahman Ben Dina, שיזכה להתחתן במהרה בקרוב ויבנה בית נאמן בישראל. And also our shiur anonymously was sponsored as a Sudat Hodaya, like we did last week. So the chain is continuing. A person decided to give a nice amount to the Suudah, and he said he can't come here himself, but he wanted to say the miracle that Hashem did to him. We all parents over here. Oh, some of us. But the ones who are not, you will be, don't worry. We wish you many sleepless nights. Amen. And so this person, he has 2 children. And in the middle of the night, one of his kids was crying very badly. Very badly. Something not at the normal. He tried to shut him, quiet, hold him, this, that. Kid wouldn't be quiet. Middle of the night, the kid just wouldn't be quiet. And he feels there's a smell of smoke in the house. Smoke. The kitchen went on fire. If the child wouldn't have cried, there would have been out from carbon monoxide. Carbon monoxide is what kills the person who's in the fire, because it just makes him out. And it's the pele, because a child usually is knocked out from the carbon monoxide first. The child was the one who woke up the parents. If he wouldn't have woken them up, the whole apartment would have went up on flames. So this Suudah is a certain Hodaya, this aspect of his Hodaya, that Hashem saved his life. Happened this week. To want to let you know, there's an Abba in the Shamayim that watches over you and makes sure that everything happens for the best. There's nothing that happens in your life that Hashem doesn't want it to be the best situation. And it is the best situation. So tonight, the people who sponsored this HELULA, it should be for their zechut, is the HELULA Rav Pinchas Mikoritz. Besides her being a Baal Ruach HaKodesh Muchlat, I want to tell you one thing, and I think it's very important, because the Lubavitcher Rebbe, the 7th Lubavitcher Rebbe, he made this idea very important in his campaigns. Before we light the candle for him, for Pinchas Mikoritz. Pinchas Mikoritz, before he met the Baal Shem Tov, he thought the only way to connect to God is to suffer. To suffer. Not to eat. Don't get married. Don't enjoy pleasure. Fasting. Constant fasting. No sleeping. When he met the Baal Shem Tov HaKadosh, like I heard one person told me, I want to take some time off just to destroy the... What do you mean you want to take some time off to destroy the Yetzer Hara? He got you already before you started. Before you started, he already got you. What do you think you are? Mashiach ben David or Mashiach ben Yosef? Which one? Pinchas Mikoretz thought that's the way to fight the Yetzer Hara, and he was very successful. He fought, and he became Rabbi Pinchas. When he met the Baal Shem, the Baal Shem said, "This is not your tikkun at all. This is not meant for you. You're not meant to fight the Yetzer Hara like that. There's some people who are meant to fight the Yetzer Hara like that, and some people who are not meant to fight the Yetzer Hara like that." And the Lubavitcher Rebbe made this one of his most important points. Some people have to, they say the Gemara, Rabbi Ishmael and Rabbi Elazar were so huge, they were so big. I believe Rabbi Ishmael, if I'm not mistaken, don't quote me, he ate 300 korbanot a day. Where is the itkafia? Where's the where's the restriction? 300 gozalot? That means, how do you say gozalot? It's a Bukharian food. Gozalot. No. Not gozalot. Gozalot is the baby chickens. Huh? Bedone? Jujel, that's the word I was looking for. 300 jujels a day. You know how big he was? He was huge. Rabbi Ishmael.
Baby chickens.
The baby chickens, yeah, the baby.
Yeah, 5 of them.
Sometimes they translate people who don't speak.
Baby chickens, baby pigeons.
Chickens.
You said korban.
Because korbanot is only a pigeon. Nachon. Slicha.
Yeah, chicken.
Kol hakavod. Thank you. The baby ones. He used to eat 300 of them a day. Unbelievable. Welcome. Where's the itkafia? They say, I'm going to tell you guys an amazing story right now. Amazing. It's going to give you a lot of your Shamayim.
Are you going to light first?
We're going to light in a minute. Because when we talk about Pinchas Mikoretz, we were zocheh to be mishtadech and the care of the Baal Shem Tov. So Pinchas is not buried there, by the way. So we're trying to connect to his place, because tonight is his yard site, and I think we're the only people in America that are making a yard site for him.
Where is he buried?
We're gonna go, don't worry. First we're gonna find where it said Maman Ma'aravi Mugravi. The Ari HaKadosh, Morin Verino B'itzak Luri Ashkenazi, when he first became the rabbi of Tzfat, like the Mikubal, after Rav Moshe Cordovero died, passed away, slicha. So his students, Rav Moshe Cordovero's students, the Ramak, they didn't want to come to the Ari. They didn't believe in him. They said, here's some Jinji, pardon my, some young guy, he was not even 30, he was 30 something. He's coming to take the place of Rav Moshe Cordovero, the Ramak? You know, have you ever seen his Pirush on the Zohar, the Or Yakar? Wow, amazing! He has a Pirush on the whole Zohar. It's called Or Yakar. Even the Ari didn't do that. The Ari said only one or two people in a generation have, when they pass away, they have a pillar of fire that comes from the levaya, when they melave them to the Beit HaKevarot, to the cemetery. They have a pillar of fire. Ari said that was the Ramak. In my generation, that was the Ramak. One of his main students, Rabbi Gavriel, was Rav Moshe Galanti. Rav Moshe Galanti used to fast 6 days a week. Don't tell me it's impossible, because it's possible. Huh? Ramak student was Rav Moshe Galanti. He wrote a book. I own this book. It was one of the first books I bought. It's a book called Kol Bochim, The Voice of Criers. He wrote this book to explain the Chorban Beit HaMikdash. the Rav Moshe Galanti, when his Rebbe passed away, he didn't want to go to the Ari. He said, who's the Ari? Miu she'eshma bekolo. My Rebbe is the Ramak. He used to fast Rav Moshe Galanti 6 days a week. 6 days. Eat only on Shabbat. Shabbat, Rosh Chodesh, Yom Tov, Erev Yom Kippur, and Purim. The Ari sent a message to him. I want you to come to my gathering. Why? The Ari used to tell people they're tikkunim, halavai in our generation. He used to tell, he said, look, this is your tikkun, this is your tikkun, this is your tikkun, and it was right. Because there's been many kinds of these kind of fakers. The Ari knew. One day, Rav Moshe Galanti's brother, Rav Avram Galanti, said, I'm going to go check him out. You stay over here. You're a zaken. It's not your kavod to go to a 35-year-old. He went. He told him his tikkun. He told him so much chidushim. He went to his brother. You got to meet this guy. You got to meet him. If you don't meet him, you're missing out. He goes to the Ari. They're having a seudah. These tzadikim, like the Baba Saleh HaKadosh, used to only make seudah. They would only eat meat on one condition, if it was seudat mitzvah. Like we're doing right now, seudat mitzvah. This is seudat mitzvah. Talking divrei Torah. This is the main seudat mitzvah. Rav Moshe Galanti goes and he tells the Ari, "Nu, what's my tikkun?" So he tells him, "Your tikkun is every day to eat shashlik, have a cup of nice wine." There was no whiskies from Scotland. There was no whiskey. Have a cup of wine. Enjoy tarbitz. As the tarbitz is in here, hit it. That's your tikkun. Rav Moshe Galanti got so upset.
That's a pretty good one.
He got so upset. He said, "This guy is a faker." He says, "Not can't be I'm fasting my whole life." He was above the age of 70 already. You're telling me that's my tikkun? Get out of here. Telech mipo. Got up and he left. But then he looked at the Ari and he says, "Why?" He was a Talmid Chacham. He's not gonna just disrespect the Ari. He says, "Why are you telling me this?" He's like, some nishamot come down to this world to overcome their Yetzer Hara. Some nishamot, their job is to fix their Yetzer Hara. Your job is not to overcome your Yetzer Hara. Your job is to fix your Yetzer Hara. When you say a bracha, there's thousands of souls that are waiting for you to say Shakol Niya Bidvaro. Thousands that are waiting for you to say Shakol. You don't say, they get upset at you. Your job is to Shakol. Because you're telling me that I'm sinning by fasting. He said, yes. By the way, it's a halakha, Masechet Ta'anit. For some people who fast, it's a sin. We're not in that level, obviously, because we're sinners. But for some people who do it, who make it an itzaver. So Rav Galanti said, "Do I have any one avera that I have to overcome my Yetzer Hara?" He said, "Yes. You have a little avera of stealing. You stole in your life. You have a little avera of stealing. You're a tzadik, you said Aram. What did you steal?" He says, "Now I know you're a faker," he tells Ari. "Not only have I never stolen in my life, when somebody works for me, I pay him double. So you shouldn't think, oh, the rabbi hired me, so I have to give him half, but he really feels bad, so I pay him double." The Ari says, "I see on your metzach, you have a little gezela." He goes home, and you know how it hit him in the heart. It hit him in the kishkas. I like that. In the kishkas. He made a big announcement. Who thinks that I owe them money? You, for the Rav, owe us money? His maids, his this, his that, his servant. No, but Chas v'Shalom, you're the best Rav. He says, "Guys, the Ari was not messing around. I feel it. Who hears that with the money? One woman got up. She said, listen, I'm a seamstress. I sew dresses. Once your wife, she hired me to sew a dress. Now I'm an expert, so I charge usually double. But she paid me the standard price. And since then, I feel in my heart that I owed a little bit, that you owe me a little bit more. He was shocked out of his mind. To that point goes Gizela in Shamayim. To that point that a person believes that he owed more money because he's an expert expert barber, or he's an expert anything. You owe me a little bit more, and you pay him the standard price. I want to tell you guys a secret. Soon as Sukkot. Don't mess with me when I'm saying this. I'm telling you this. This is from the Peh Shel Ari HaKadosh Atzmo. The Ari HaKadosh, Zuchuto Yagen Aleinu, and Zuchuto Yagen Al Kol Mi Sheishtatef B'Seuda Azot. The Ari HaKadosh said, anybody who goes to buy Lulav, Etrog, Hadas, and Arava, and he's bartering over Kapeki.
Bargain?
He's bargaining. He thinks he's going to make $10 more. He's doing a big Chilul Hashem. Big Chilul Hashem.
You have to pay that.
If you're fighting over, the guy tells you this etrog is $40. How a person buys a $40 etrog, I personally don't know. Any etrog under the $75, I would not buy. Because I know that when they sell an etrog above that price, it only means one thing. That it's an etrog worth bringing forth to Hashem. Ze keli v'anveu. The Ari said to his students, never ever barter when it comes to mitzvot. Never. Never ever. Don't ever ask for a mezuzah that's $30. Don't ever ask for tefillin. Is there something, kosher? You're doing a mitzvah for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I'm going to give you one kavanah right now because I'm already talking about this. Do you know when you wear your tefillin sheliyat, there are some tzadikim, they have a minhag to do tikkun chatzot. They cry at midnight for the Shekhinah. That Shekhinah, divine presence, materializes into your tefillin sheliyat in the morning. When you wear your tefillin sheliyat, you have to have kavanah that you're wearing the Shekhinah. You guys first, it just went over your heads for sure. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you that you're wearing a Kadosh Baruch Hu. B'chvodo u'b'atzmo, and you're wearing tefillin sheliyat. How could you barter over $100 or $150? How? Only because you don't understand the meaning of it. Only. So back to our Pinchas Mikoritz. Tonight is HELULA. When I say this, he was such a tzaddik. When the Baal Shem Tov passed away, he said, the students asked him, who's going to be your successor? Who's going to be the one who's going to take over your place? He said, find a tzaddik that's going to have the answer to Ga'ava. Just find a rabbi who could tell you what's the answer to Ga'ava. He's going to be my successor. They went to all the rabbis. This rabbi said this rabbi said that. Nothing worked. They went to Rav Pinchas Mikoritz. And they asked him, what's the answer for the Ga'ava? Because the Baal Shem Tov had three main students. Rav Yaakov Yosef Mipolnoi. He was the total Yaakov Yosef. Second was Rav Dov Ber Mimezrich, the Maggid Mimezrich. And the third was Rav Pinchas Mikoritz. You guys don't know this. There was a big fight in the Hasidim. Who's going to be the Rebbe? Out of all three of them, only one of them said, I'm not going to be the successor. Tonight is HELULA of Pinchas Mikoritz. And I'm going to tell you guys a sigula. Tonight, because he was the one who said, I'm not taking the mantle. I'm not taking it. He overcame his ga'ava to a point where it was unbelievably crazy. And we all know one thing. The Rambam says there's only one midah. You shouldn't take the golden path. That's the ga'ava. There's only one midah. Tonight is the day if you work on your gava, you could reach the level to ask HaKadosh Baruch Hu anything. Because Hashem only answers only one person right away. A person who makes himself nothing. If you admit, you know what his answer? You know what his answer was? You know what his answer was? I'm looking for the same answer. That was the answer. That's how they knew he was the one, but he didn't want to take the mantle. And when Rav Dov Ber Mizrich, the Maggid, which we prayed by his care, remember the Maggid? When he took the mantle of Pinchas Mikoritz, there was a big fight between who's going to be the leader. He didn't want to take any sides. He said, I am nobody to take any sides. Tonight is a HELULA, so because of that, it's a night of answering Yeshuot Hatzlachot. I want to ask you to light a candle for L'Rui Shmat, Morin Rabbeinu. Yeah, for you. Make a wish. Yela Hatzlacha. Yeah, Pinchas Mikoritz. He was on camera before, don't worry. You Nishmat. Morin of Rabbeinu. Rav Pinchas Mikoritz. תלמיד הבעל שם, תלמיד חבר של הבעל שם טוב הקדוש. The second tzaddik that we're going to talk about tonight is a tzaddik. His HELULA is in 2 days. Today is the 10th of Elul, his HELULA is the 12th of Elul. It's the first time we're making a HELULA for him, and it's a known segula for answering Yeshuot. Whoever makes a HELULA for him gets Yeshuot. And I think we're the first people to ever do such a thing. But I always like to say that. But I don't know. I hope. Or maybe I don't hope. Chacham Menachem Menashe. The Rav Mordechai Sharabi said about him, he's the head of the 36 hidden tzadikim of our generation. Do you know what that is? Rav Mordechai Sharabi said about him that he's the head of the 36 hidden tzadikim of our generation. You know what that means? It's one thing to be a 36 hidden tzadikim. As the Gemara says, the world stands there. So to be the head of them. When he passed away, Rav Mordechai Sharabi famously said, Rav Mordechai Sharabi, the head of the Mekubalim, passed away, the head of the Lamed Rav Tzadikim. I get many questions from people. And this is very important why I want to make this shiur before Chodesh Elul, before Rosh Hashanah. I want to tell you guys one thing. Many people looking for hocus pocus. Not the movie. Many people are looking for an easy fix. You come to the rabbi, he tells you what's your license plate number, he never saw your car, and he gives you something to drink and something to say, and you become, that's it. Everything is fixed. Hocus pocus, exactly. There's only one place that has hocus pocus. You know where that is? In the Vatican. If you want, I'll give you the address. I want to tell you guys, Rav Yaakov Ades, who's alive in our days, one of the biggest tzaddikim, who knows Sidur, one of the 3 people in this world that are known to know Sidur HaRashash by heart. When he was lying sick in a hospital, Rav Yaakov Ades, and his father hired for him only male nurses. Why? So a woman shouldn't touch his body. And on Shabbat, he had no choice. He had to hire goyim nurses. One of them was a kritmach, a missionaire, a hidden missionaire. In Israel, this is a story in Israel, in Yerushalayim, Share Tzedek Hospital, I think it was. I heard this story yesterday. I'm telling this to you, huh?
Those 3 kids were kidnapped.
Before that. Well,
It was because of that. He
no,
was fasting.
something else. It was very fasting. He was in a car crash, accident, lo aleinu lo alam Yisrael, he was in a car accident. On Shabbat, the nurse, who's a kritmach, came to him, missioner, trying to convince him he's lying in a cast in the bed, to convert to Yashka, to the kritmach, to this dead guy, this dead Jew. They hate the live Jews, but they want to worship the dead ones. I can't understand that. So he's convincing him, and every time he says something against Kritmachism, he's changing his medication. By the way, this is a known thing that they do these things, especially in Israel. I'm going to tell this to you guys. Why am I saying this? This guy wants to convince him. So this Rabbi Yaakov Adler doesn't know he doesn't know what to do already. So he tells him, "I'm going to tell you something special about Kritmachism, about the cross." He says there are 3 world religions: Judaism, Kritmach, and Islam. But there's something special about the cross more than anything else. The guy, the nurse, he's a nurse. He's already excited. He's saying something special. He's like, all the religions, they come from a pure source. Kritmachism is the only religion to come from adultery. The woman cheated on her husband. Okay, Nebuch. She cheated. Have Rahmanut on her. Have mercy. And you guys made out of a cheating woman, a god. The guy got so upset, the nurse. He almost killed him by changing his medication. Hashem saved him. This is what happens day to day, by the way, in Eretz Israel. You should know that. There's missionaries. They call themselves Protestant, non-Protestant. What do you call evangelicals. We love Israel. We love the Jews. All that's bluff. 100% nonsense. It's all a front. They're using this to get into Eretz Israel and being missionaries to convert. My wife, when she was in elementary school, she told me the story. She was, and now in Israel they have a thing in their public schools. You have to have a buddy. A buddy. You know what a buddy is? Like a mentor. They have that over here too, I think, in public schools. So this mentor took her to a church. It was a hidden missionary in Eretz Israel. Chacham Menachem Menashe, who 2 days is your day, we're celebrating it today, we're mentioning him today, did all he can to destroy this klipa. Until this klipa is not destroyed, Mashiach will not come. He did all he can to destroy this klipa called Kritmach, Yoshka, JC. Why? They're coming to steal the nishamot of Jewish people till today. Till today, guys. Don't think the war is over. It's not over. Till they do it all right now. Till today, they go to houses today, put stars of David all over. Yeah. Star of David. We love Israel. Inside is all brainwashing to convert Jews. There's 2 billion Kritmachs in the world. 2 billion. There's 15 million Jews. What do you want from our life? You know why? Esav soneh leYaakov. Esav hates Yaakov. It's a natural law. You're not going to change it. Esav hates Yaakov. Nothing you could do about it. Chacham Menachem Menashe, he was born in Turkey. He was such a tzaddik when he was a young boy. He never touched his beard in his life. He knew the secret of the beard. He knew it. He never touched his beard. And he never grew a big beard. It was some people, naturally, they grow a small beard. He always had a small beard. I could tell you many stories about him. I want to tell you guys one story. This is a story about Chacham Menachem Menashe. We could all use this in our life. He was drafted into the Turkish army before World War I. You guys know World War II was bad. World War I, before World War II was pretty bad. When they called him to the draft, he drank 2 cups of tabak. You know what tabak is? You know the thing that people snort, the tobacco? The smelling tobacco. He put that in a cup. He mixed it. Sha'akom niya bidvaro. Before he went to his, how you call it? The checkup. He drank a cup of that. His whole body became spots. Spots. They gave him exemption for 1 year. A year came, it didn't work already. Took him to the army. In the army, World War I is not like World War II. People were mamash dying from bullets, diseases, this, that. Years they would stand, for months they would stand by the burrows shooting at each other. One day, the Jews, he was always with the Jewish people, the Turkish leader, they're Muslims. The Muslims, they say you cannot drink alcohol. They could have 17 wives, but they can't drink alcohol. That's a worse fate than death. How you have 17 wives and not drink? You have one wife, you're already drunk. You're 17, you have to be drunk all day. So he was with the Jewish people, and they had to make kiddush. Arba kosot. Pesach. They can't get wine. You bring wine into the barracks, echad dato la'amid, they kill you. Chas v'shalom. Chacham Menachem Menashe, he thinks about these things. Hashem says you have to make kiddush on wine. You get wine. En she'ela. For months he's successful. One day, one Islamic hater of Jews, Mamash, catches him bringing in wine to the barracks. You know what he does? He takes his shoe. This is all for Kiddush. He wasn't chayav to do Kiddush, guys. You guys want to know what Lamed Vav Tzadikim Nistarim is? This is what it is. You want to get a bracha from Lamed Vav Tzadikim Nistarim? This is what it is. Not a person who knows all the shas and everything that's in a air-conditioned place learning all. That's not Lamed Vav Tzadikim Nistarim. This is Lamed Vav Tzadikim Nistarim. The guy took his shoe, put nails on the shoe, told all the Islamic soldiers to put nails on the shoes, and they all walked on top of him. That was his punishment for bringing wine for Kiddush on Shabbat. That's a Lamed Vav Tzadik Nistar. When he was in the army, he survived. He was zoche, as he says. He merited to save one of the admirals, head of the army. He knew he had to save him. Why? If he saved him, he's gonna pay him back the good deed. So he gave him a job to work in his house as a misharet, The guy liked him so much because, like he says by Yosef HaTzadik, Hashem blessed Yosef, Beit Adonav HaMitzri, Hashem imo, Hashem matzleach et darko. He gave him off all the Shabbats. Yom Kippur came. He says, could you give me off on Yom Kippur too? I want to go to the nearby Jewish village, pray Kol Nidrei. He has, you Jew, Jugut. You want to I give you off every Shabbat. You don't have to fight in the war. I let you be a misharet, a servant in my house. You also want to take off on Yom Kippur? You're working. Yom Kippur came. He sneaks out of the house, goes by the tree, starts to sing. Lecha Eli Teshuka. By the way, he passed away singing that song. To you, my God, is my whole love. To you, Hashem, is my whole tshuka. You know what tshuka is? My whole desire. All I want is you, Hashem. As the Alter Rebbe said. Suddenly, the guy, the mefaked, the admiral, in his bed, he's in the house, he's screaming from pain. Can't go to the bathroom. Everything's stuck. Like by Avraham Avinu, everything got stuck. The wife sees from the window the Jewish servant by the tree singing Laka Eli Teshukadi. She says, do me a favor. Tell that Jew to go celebrate Yom Kippur. Go to the Jew. You're going to be okay. He let him go. He was able to go to the bathroom. I'm not telling you stories from 500 years ago. This is 80, 90 years ago. You know why? Because a person sacrifices his life for Hashem. You don't need Shorshe Shemot. You don't need Divrei Yitzhak. You don't need Kabbalah Ma'asit. Hashem does whatever you want. But the greatest thing, how he became one of the Lamed Vav Tzadikim, one day he was inside his master's house, the Mifaked, and the oldest daughter fell in love with him. The eldest daughter. And she said, I'm going to convert to Judaism. I'm going to do whatever you want. Just marry me. I'm going to give you titles, money. Every day she would come to him and say, whatever you want, I'm going to give you. She fell, it was his test. That's what you like, then yes, also that.
She fell in love with him.
She fell in love with him.
It was his test.
It was his test. Why? Aristocracy is coming to tell you, I'm going to give you everything. Just marry me. Fulfill my ta'ava. Every day he would say no. And every day she would come to him again until she became sick. Like Yosef HaTzadik. She said to her father, I want this Jewish man, soldier. He was still in the Turkish army. He told him, if you're not going to marry my daughter, because you didn't listen, now you're going to convert to Islam. How do they convert? They say, Allah Akbar.
Yeah, they say the prophet. Huh?
The prayer, they say the Prophet Muhammad is real, while he's still boiling in Tzu'ar Tahat. And that's it, you're converted. Okay. He said no. They tie him up. Chacham Menachem Menashe. They beat him makot retzach. You know what makot retzach is? There was not a bone in his body that wasn't broken. They let him in the martef to heal. Just so you hear such kind of nonsense? One day he says to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, he's in the martef lying, he says, Hashem, I'm willing to die on Kiddush Hashem. 100% tomorrow, right now take me, I don't care. But for Kibud Avayim, I'm the oldest son. For my mother, keep me alive. And he said a pasuk. Ve'et ha'anashim petach habayit hiku besanverim. It's a pasuk in the Torah. When by Lot, thank you. The angels made them all blind. Pitom, he sees nobody's coming to check on him. Gets up, opens the door, everyone's asleep. Ve'et ha'anashim petach habayit hiku besanverim. He runs away. He gets to his house. Runs away. This guy was such a fanatic. He runs after him, checks every hole, gets to his mother's house. He was hiding under the bed, without any kavanot, nothing. He kept on saying the pasuk. Veta anashim petach habayit hiku besanverim. They checked the whole house. They got to the bed. They left, and they never found him again. He said, Hashem, you saved my life. I'm packing my bags. I'm moving to Eretz Yisrael. That's how you become Lamed Vav Tzadikim Nistarim. Not by getting 10 million views on YouTube and stuff like that. That's not Lamed Vav Tzadikim Nistarim. That means you're a good speaker. That's not Lamed Vav Tzadikim Nistarim. Lamed Vav Tzadikim Nistarim is people who give their life for HaKadosh Baruch Hu no matter what the cost. That's the real. I want to light the second candle. To this tzaddik over here. I want you to light it. I'm asking you to light it. I'm asking you to light it though, but I'm asking you to do it. I want you to light it. The zechut that tzaddik yagen alecha. שתזכה בזאת השם יתברך וזיווג הגון במהרה.
This here.
Don't worry.
Be happy. Really know what you
say לעילוי נשמת חכם מנחם מנשה. זכותו יגן עלינו. I just want to let you guys know, before I got married, I used to light a candle for this tzaddik every day. And I always used to give myself a word. When I get married to the Hashem, I'm going to make him a HELULA. I never did. Till today. Huh? Years ago. Not a decade ago, but years ago. Huh? I'll tell you afterwards. So, I want to finish the shiur with one story for Elul. Because we're all here for one reason. We're only here for one reason. to get inspiration to be better Jews tomorrow. That's it. I don't care about a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I want to know tomorrow, are you going to pray Shacharit better because of this? If you did, I did my job. If not, I didn't do my job. And if one person here prayed Shacharit tomorrow or said Kriyat Shema Lamita tonight better because of me, I did my job. Because you know what? I came home tonight. I'm a teacher. I teach children. I came home, it was 5 o'clock. I went to pick up my kids. I was so tired. I held my phone and I said, I typed already, I'm not giving a shiur tonight. I was tired. I wanted to sleep. Wake up for Salichot. Ben Adam. Then I said to myself, why did Hashem make me? To sing Ben Adam? But if one person, only one, tells me, Shalom, I put tefillin on better because of you. You just bought me my olam haba. I'm serious. That's all I want to know. All I want to do is see you guys. There's a new song that came out, Hareini by Benny Friedman.
Yes, right.
If you hear that song, you're going to be flying to olam haba. How do I? No, it's okay. So, we're all here to help other Jews. That's it. Are we successful all the time? Yes. Do we know how? No. But are we doing our best? I'm not sure. L'Shem Torah and inspiration. I want to tell you one more story. What does it mean to listen to Chachamim? Not that I'm saying I'm a Chacham, Chas v'Shalom. This past parasha, we had the pasuk Va'asita kechol asher yorucha. You should do anything they tell you. It's not talking about rabbis of our generation, obviously. It's talking about the Sanhedrin. Well, hopefully when Mashiach comes, we're going to have the Sanhedrin again. And I asked you guys to open up Masechet Sanhedrin. Look who's Ula Bar Abba. What does it mean to be the Sanhedrin of Mashiach? There was a story in Bnei Brak. What does it mean to listen to Chachamim? What does it mean? What does it mean, guys, to listen to Chachamim? Wow. I read the story on Shabbat. I meant to say that in my Mincha of Shabbat shiur, but Hashem did it. I should say it tonight, because I didn't say it then. Obviously. So, religious people, Charedim, as they say in Eretz Israel, they need to buy an apartment or a house specifically where their rabbi lives. They cannot buy it, cheap. Oh, it's cheaper there, this, that. We're moving out of the community. There's no such kind of thing by them. They go to their rabbi, a zug, a newly wedded couple, says, we're marrying off our kids. It was parents. Go marry off our kids. We have $30,000 in Israel. How much is that in Israeli shekels? 120,000. Let's say. Says we want to buy them an apartment. We don't want them to suffer. Rent, this, that. Give him the shofar, please. He wants to blow the shofar. So he tells them, where should we buy the apartment? Tell us a religious place. Shh. So he tells them, buy it in Bnei Brak. So he said to them, what? Maybe we didn't hear you right. Bnei Brak? Apartment in Bnei Brak today costs $150,000. Not a house. An apartment in Bnei Brak.
I mean, but it's cheap.
Huh?
1.5 bedrooms.
2 bedrooms, which means a living room and 1 bedroom. That's what 2 bedrooms means in Israel. So they said, the rabbi said, that's what we're going to do. They called up the real estate guy. We're looking for an apartment, $30,000. Where? In Bnei Brak. They said, are you normal? $30,000, maybe you'll pay rent. Not. So they said, the rabbi said, you gotta listen. Lo and behold, before the wedding, 2 weeks before the wedding, they get a call from one of their real estate brokers. We found a guy willing to sell his apartment for $30,000. But on one condition. He lives in a 3-bedroom apartment, living room, 2 bedrooms. He has no children. 1 bedroom is for him, and the new couple, the newlywed couple, is going to take care of him. Okay, listen. Many couples today,
That's right.
many couples today don't get pregnant right away. Why? We need time for ourselves. Which rabbi gives them a heter? I don't know.
It's not a law, right?
Not any rabbi that I know of. So, but they saw the sign from the Shammai, because where are you going to find in Bnei Brak 30,000? So they agreed. And the guy signed a contract saying, when I pass away, the whole apartment is theirs. Because he has no kids, no next of kin. They signed the apartment. Hello. They signed the apartment. They signed the contract. 5 days before the wedding, the old guy passes away. And on the table is a contract that the whole apartment belongs to them. When you believe in the Chachamim, it's like you're believing in a Kadosh Baruch Hu. And that's the meaning of the Pasuk, Kechol Asher Yerucha. Many people ask me, why are you making series and shiurim, hilulas? The rabbi's tikkun was his tikkun. My tikkun is different. No! Ve'asita kechol asher yorucha. Do as HaKadosh Baruch Hu commanded by the Chachamim. Until today, the Gemara says, Yiftach bedoro kishmuel bedoro. Every generation has his Shmuel HaNavi. The Ari says every generation has his Moshe Rabbeinu. So going into Rosh Hashanah, I want to give you guys one suggestion. We really put the emphasis on TZADIKIM in this Elul series that we've been doing. One mitzvah that you should take upon yourself. It's a very hard mitzvah. Ve'asita kechol asher yorucha. Listen to the Chachamim. It's a deoraita. Derabanan is a deoraita. When you do what the Chachamim ask, you're doing what Hashem wants you to do. When you don't do it, you're going against Hashem's will. Ve'asita kechol asher yorucha, and I'm going to tell you, if you want the blessing of a Chacham to work, you have to fulfill this mitzvah. There is no hocus pocus. There is no, the rabbi tells you what's your license plate number. Like I heard one time, one guy went to some guy in Brooklyn, told him his license plate number, told him to buy a book for $10,000. Everything is going to be fixed.
Is that true?
There's no. It could be true for some sort of amount of time, then everything collapses. If you want, I give you examples afterwards. There's no easy fixes. Why? In Kiddusha, in holiness, there is no easy fixes because it's here to stay. Anyone who gets to power easy loses it.
Easy come, easy go.
Easy come, easy go. Thank you very much. Rabbi Gabriel. You still have Ha'arat Shabbat inside of you, I see. So may Hashem bless us. The people who sponsor this shiur, may Hashem bless them with bracha, tzlacha, parnasa, zivug, agun. May Hashem bless them with kol ha'yeshuot. May we all be written and inscribed in the book of life. May the zchut of Rav Pinchas Mikoretz, Talmid Chavech of Baal Shem Tov, and Chacham Menachem Menashe yagen aleichem ve'aleinu v'chen ya'atzom v'nomar. Amen.